Hi, and welcome to the Canceled News. I'm Adam Yenser, coming to you live from when we taped it on Thursday. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Right now, I'm at 7,347 subscribers, which means I only need one more before I'm at 7,348 subscribers. And come see me live. I'll be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood on April 14th and doing a benefit show for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society at Domaine Terrion Winery in my hometown of Macungie, Pennsylvania on April 29th. And that's anti-leukemia and lymphoma, not pro. Now here's what's in the news. A Russian officer who recently defected said Vladimir Putin is now paranoid, lives in a bunker, and is terrified of COVID. He's basically become pandemic-era Joe Biden. In a new interview, Bill Clinton said he regrets convincing Ukraine to disarm and that Russia probably wouldn't have invaded if Ukraine still had nuclear weapons. The reporter then said, "Oh no, Bill, that's not the news story we wanted your expertise on." Donald Trump was charged on Tuesday with 34 felonies related to hush money payments to cover his alleged affairs with porn star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal. Now, honestly, I'm tired of doing dirty jokes about this story, so I'll just report the facts. All of these charges against Trump rest on the key witness, Mr. Pecker. Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene said that Trump's arrest likened him to historical figures like Nelson Mandela and Jesus, while Marjorie Taylor Greene is like Monkey Jesus. In order to discuss Trump's indictment with guest host Roy Wood Jr., Jon Stewart returned to The Daily Show dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Jon Stewart is a lot like Obi-Wan in that the reboot isn't as good as the original. In response to Bud Light's partnership with Dylan Mulvaney, Kid Rock posted a video of himself shooting cases of Budweiser with a submachine gun.
Bud Light.
I wish we could tone down the rhetoric a little. Hopefully Kid Rock can sit down with Dylan and talk through their differences, man to sort of man. An Australian man was fined for taking a platypus on both a train ride and a shopping trip to the mall. When asked why those two things, the man held up the platypus and said, "I could ask God the same thing." While discussing his plans for the future of Apple, CEO Tim Cook said, "We don't want people using our phones too much." To which the CEO of Android responded, "Hey, that's our business model." I'm getting word now that in addition to Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney has also partnered with Nike to promote a sports bra, even though Dylan is neither athletic enough to play sports nor the right sex to need a bra. Why, it's almost as if these companies aren't even trying to push a product, just a social agenda. According to Forbes' new rankings, Elon Musk has fallen to the second richest man in the world behind Bernard Arnault. Elon was then spotted panhandling in a Walmart parking lot. A new analysis of 40 years of research found that moderate drinking provides no health benefits whatsoever. So I guess I'll try heavy drinking instead. According to a new expose, CNN's Don Lemon once sent a threatening text to a female coworker that said, "Now you've crossed the line and you're going to pay for it." The line she reportedly crossed was turning 40. He hates that. Lemon is also accused of calling a female coworker fat to her face. In his defense, it would take a while to walk around and say it behind her back. And another female coworker described Lemon as rude, dismissive, and really unfamiliar with the news content being discussed, which can't be true. He was literally texting with Jussie Smollett as the Jussie Smollett news was happening. I'm now hearing Dylan Mulvaney has landed another nonsensical endorsement deal. It's the Dylan Mulvaney 15-amp DeWalt double-bevel sliding compound miter saw. Why do these companies think there's any demographic overlap between their consumers and Dylan Mulvaney? In a multi-billion-dollar deal, the WWE will be merging with the parent company of UFC, resulting in the bizarre new character, Hulk Hogan. "Have you tried microdosing DMT, brother?" The Columbia chapter of the National Lawyers Guild complained that by letting students meet with Justice Brett Kavanaugh, they were normalizing white supremacist patriarchal violence in the law. But Kavanaugh insists he didn't even talk about the law. They just played flip cup and pounded some beers. This year, the city of Brownsville, Texas, was named the unhealthiest city in America. What exactly do we have to do to win this thing, said East Palestine, Ohio. In a new documentary, Pope Francis described sex as one of the most beautiful things that God has given to the human person. He then added, just look at these pictures. I have breaking news about yet another endorsement deal, and this may be the biggest endorsement deal ever. Biden is sending Ukraine a $14 million limited edition Dylan Mulvaney-sponsored Patriot missile system. Putin is not going to like that for a number of reasons. California Governor Gavin Newsom traveled to Florida this week to speak to college students. He said that if they work hard and study, someday their state can be covered in feces too. A new study found that living in colder climates may help you live longer, though the data may have been skewed by Santa Claus, who's 1,751. That's it for this week's Clean Jokes, so if that's what you're into, turn it off now and I'll see you next time. For the rest of you, 92-year-old media mogul Rupert Murdoch called off his engagement to his fifth fiancée, a 66-year-old dental hygienist. They met when Rupert said, "Now let's see you try to talk with a flaccid tube in your mouth."